Hello, everybody. I believe I'm live now. Yes. Hello. Michael Whitehouse, the guy who knows the guy, hopping online quickly from my new home office in my new home in my house. I know it looks like an empty room with some windows, which is kind of what it is, but it's actually quite fantastic. It's actually large enough, I discovered when we were moving, to ride a kid's bicycle around in the space behind me, because there were kids riding a bicycle in a circle behind me in my office. And this is only half the office. Then there's the other half over there. Yes, it's got two parts. So when COVID's over, you should come visit me in my office in the visiting space. So very exciting stuff. Give it a minute for people to get online, because that's how Facebook rolls. It doesn't actually give people reminders. Of course, if you are here, please do comment. Let me know that you're seeing this. And also just occurred to me, I don't remember which chapter I'm supposed to be reading tonight. So let me look that up. Unless someone wants to put in the comments for me. Help me out. Help me out. So let's see. Chapter 12, social media. Social media, you're probably wrong about it. Yes. Speaking of social media and doing it wrong. Yeah, I was actually kind of rushing to it because I moved very intensively, moved a lot of stuff on Saturday, and woke up on Sunday feeling quite under the weather. I think it probably blew out my electrolytes. My muscles felt fine, but I think I had some kind of like headache, dizziness kind of thing. So didn't get anything done yesterday. Of course, you'd think Sunday's the weekend, but not for me at this stage in life, because I got a business to build. So didn't get my podcast done, but it's done. So it'll be out on time. Don't worry. New episode with Jefferson Nunn coming out tonight. Keep an eye out for that. Yeah, so podcast. There we go. Yes, podcast, guyknowsaguy.com/podcast. You'll find that. I think this evening I'll probably put it up. Probably when that's going to happen. And of course, if you haven't been watching them, you should go to my YouTube channel, subscribe there, and I've got the daily Michael's Motivations there as well. And of course, my website, it's there. It's got a bunch of stuff. You can sign up for my email list, all the good stuff. All right, enough of that. You probably want to hear me read the book. Yes, Kevin, moving lag is a thing. I mean, normally I can exercise and be okay. I don't really know what happened, but I think I probably didn't drink enough water while I was moving stuff. And yeah, some of my helpers, fortunately I had a lot of helpers because, you know, guy knows guy, I got friends. And some of them had some sore backs because they were awesome. They really helped a tremendous amount. All right. Chapter 12. Who's ready for some book? I am, and I can't hear anybody else. So let's go. Chapter 12, social media. You're probably wrong about it. I've encountered a number of people who say that they are good at social media, and I have encountered many who say that they do not understand it. The correlation between one's perception of their social media talent and their actual social media talent is remarkably weak. The first group reminds me of a study that I read about that said 80% of drivers believe they are above average. Statistically, at least 30% of those people are wrong. But I would put that number closer to 40% being wrong, because overconfidence leads to avoiding opportunities to learn and become better. And of course, we see that on social media all the time when people, their overconfidence keeps them from learning new things. Whether it's driving or social media, if you think you know all there is to know, you will not seek to improve. Why improve? You're already perfect. On the other hand, there are people who consider themselves poor drivers who have managed to avoid having an accident for a decade or more. They lack confidence, but clearly not ability. I consider myself conversant with social media, not an expert. Social media is a fast-changing environment that by the time you read this, strategies will be notably different than they are the day I write it. I certainly do not consider this to be a definitive resource on social media. For that, I recommend you pick up Jab, 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 Right Hook by Gary Vaynerchuk. This chapter is simply a couple of basic suggestions to put you on the right track. For those who think they are social media experts, here's a test. If you have a website that you'd like to get people to check out, how many people can you get to visit it based on your recommendation? Try it. Use your own blog, which hopefully has good metrics. And by the way, if you don't have a blog, even a poorly maintained one, don't tell me you're a social media expert. But use your own blog, which hopefully has good metrics. Post a link to an interesting article on it and see how much traffic you can draw. Is it dozens? Is it hundreds? Is it thousands? Now, consider the average conversion rate is 1 to 5%. So if that site were meant to sell something or draw people to an event, approximately 1 to 5% of that number would do the thing you were looking at them to do. How impressed are you with 1% of the traffic that you drew? I work with a company that connects customers with vendors, and they're always looking for good partners with social media reach. Generally, 10,000 plus is around the threshold where it makes sense to partner. I got a footnote here. I don't know what the footnote is. Oh, yeah. Footnote. If that's you, get in touch with me. I've got something you'll probably be very interested in. But 10,000 around the threshold where it makes sense to partner. Below that, it's probably not enough people to draw traffic that makes it worth the effort. But perhaps you only have 1,000 followers and they hang on your every word. Then it would make sense. Your number of followers means nothing. How many of them you can motivate to action means everything. And as I'm reading this, I'm going to do a little audible, is that, and I need to update this section, that affiliate marketing is a huge thing to consider if you do have a solid audience. Affiliate marketing is quite simply something where you get a percentage of traffic you send if it generates sales. I have an affiliate program, so if you like me, you can be an affiliate of my programs. You can sell people into my SAS program, which I'm launching today, basically, or my Academy program, any of those things. Amazon has an affiliate program. A lot of major brands have affiliate programs. Other coaches have affiliate programs. So if you have a powerful audience, if you have a lot of reach and influence, you can leverage that to get people to make money by driving your audience to good recommendations. So it's something to keep in mind. It's not a billboard, it's a conversation. What is the number one way that most companies do social media wrong? They use it like traditional media. If you're making a TV ad, the TV talks at the audience, throws some information at them, and hopes they act on it. Furthermore, a TV or radio ad is focused. We sell stuff for great prices. Our stuff is great. Come buy our stuff. Here's a deal on our stuff. You see this all the time. The Twitter feed that's just a series of coupons and come-ons. The Facebook page that is just image files of the company's newspaper ads. It's not impressive to customers, and it doesn't work. In fact, it may even work against a company since it gives them the image of being interested in nothing more than reaching into your pocket. It also shows they're a bit out of touch. The most effective social media marketing is interactive. It takes advantage of the unique benefits of social media to develop a meaningful relationship with customers. This means making posts that customers can interact with. For example, in September, a company might post, "Fall is coming. How do you use our product as the weather turns cooler?" People can then comment, and the company can reply to the comments. This is a conversation. The actual person writing those replies might be an intern in the marketing department, but the customer will feel as though they're having a conversation with the brand. After all, as the saying goes on the internet, no one knows you're a dog. Social media can be a powerful customer service tool. There are many customers who either tried to contact the company with a complaint or did not get a good response, or simply didn't bother to contact the company. In the old days, this customer might just quietly see that complained to a couple of friends. Not so today. Now they can complain all across social media. Some companies see this as a threat, but really it is an opportunity. Most social media platforms give you a way to search for your company's name. To engage effectively, your company should be vigilant for mentions, whether positive or negative, and should engage with those who mention you. For those who are speaking positively, it will encourage them to do so more often and strengthen their loyalty. For those who are speaking negatively, it will give you a second chance to address the problem. Many complaints are simple to address. Most customers don't want much. They just want what they think is owed to them. Really, my feed is skipping. Shouldn't be skipping. I have a hardwired connection. There's a wire between the computer and the wall, but my feed seems to be skipping. If anyone else is noticing my feed skipping, comment or let me know if it looks smooth to you. Either way, it'd be good to get that feedback on how good my connection is, because of course Facebook doesn't tell me. But I did get a comment, so if you're seeing a bad connection, please let me know. Where is that? Many complaints are simple to address. Most customers don't want much. They just want what they think is owed to them. In 1999, Mel Gibson starred in a movie called Payback. He plays a character named Porter, who is betrayed by his wife and his crime partner and cheated out of $70,000 that he rightfully stole. He proceeds to tear apart an entire criminal syndicate to get his $70,000. This dialogue sums it up. Fairfax, what are you doing this for, man? Is it the principal thing? Porter, stop it. I'm getting misty. And tell him it's $70,000. Fairfax, $70,000? Hell, my suits are worth more than that. For some people, it's much, much less than they are set over. When I got my last phone upgrade, I got a protective case with an enhanced battery for $100 from a company called Mophie. After a year, the battery backup stopped working properly. I contacted them to try to activate the warranty. They told me that I would have to mail them the case and wait 1 to 2 weeks while they analyzed it to determine if it was eligible for a warranty replacement. And if it did not qualify, I'd have to pay shipping to have it shipped back to me. This being my phone case, I can't very well leave my phone unprotected for 2 weeks. Phones these days are like carrying a piece of porcelain in your pocket. So I found that unacceptable. After 5 emails and a phone call, they agreed they'd be willing to take my credit card number and send me a new case. Then I could send back the old case, and if they felt the case did not qualify, they'd charge me full retail for the new case. Naturally, this offer was unacceptable because I have no intention of ever buying anything from Mophie again. So instead of letting them trick me into buying a new case, I told the story on social media, as well as in my upcoming book on networking that you are reading right now. And again now on social media as I read my book on networking. Had Mophie been dedicated to effective social media marketing, they could have had an opportunity to reach out to me when I made my posts. Perhaps they might have noticed my ire and reached out to me to see if they could help me. Some people complain quietly and some complain loudly. I recommend that a company satisfy all customers, but you at least want to satisfy those who are sure to be heard. Social media gives you the chance to see who are those people and at least try to convert them into happy customers with special contact and treatment. There's no zealot like a convert. Yes, this will be on the test. In addition to your business social media accounts, you also have a personal social media account. And if you are part of a small business or in a prominent position in a large company, people will look at your personal posts as well as those of the business. They will reflect on your business. There is no firewall between your personal and your business posts. People can find your personal accounts with minimal effort, and what is posted on one will reflect on the other. I often engage with people on social media as an initial contact. I often find people referring to posts that I have made recently in conversation. You could assume that anyone you are connecting with will look at your last dozen or so posts. Do any audit of your social media account. Do an audit. Do an audit of your social media accounts. If someone were to judge you based on the last dozen posts, what would they think of you? Is that the image that you'd like to protect? In some cases, such as political and maybe even religious posts, you may feel is worth potentially alienating some customers for the benefit of endorsing your views. If that is your choice, it is not an unreasonable choice. However, too many people simply don't think about the consequences of their posts. In 2020, there's a new trend to be aware of. Memes are being used as a sophisticated strategy for spreading ideas and planting concepts in the public. Memes will be created that will resonate with a certain audience, which are offensive to other audiences. People will share these memes because they agree with an element of it, not realizing they are offending some people. Some believe that these memes are actually created intentionally to create division. As a business person, you certainly don't want to be driving people away because you thought a meme was funny. If you have a message you'd like to share, create it yourself. Write a post, better yet a blog article, and link to your article. It provides more credibility, it is less likely to offend by accident or advance someone else's agenda, and it drives traffic to your blog. Public means everyone sees it. A good friend of mine is always forwarding me screenshots of posts that a business owner friend of hers posts. The individual in question owns a retail shop in a downtown area of a smaller town. It is a kind of place where word tends to get around. This individual will often make posts that make fun of or complain about customers. He does not do it by name, but his descriptions are clear enough that one might be able to recognize oneself in the post. Even if you don't know the post is about you, seeing that the business owner is making fun of some customers makes it clear their next nasty post could be about you. This is an extreme example. Most people do not make the obvious mistake of posting negative things about their customers and employees, but they do often post other unfavorable things. Unsavory, racist, or insulting humor, posts that are insulting to certain groups of people or people of a given ideology, and generally posts that make it seem they are unhappy running their business. All of these things create a potential can give a potential customer a negative impression of the business owner and their business. You are graded on everything you put online. It all counts. To which Kendra shares, that's why most of my posts, my shares are cute animal things, not politically charged content. Very wise to stay away from the memes. Yeah, and I that of course, obviously, that last part I did not put in the original 2017 edition, but that's something I'm seeing a lot of now is those engineered posts that have the more nuanced approach, because memes have become their own particular science in terms of how they function like that. So something to be very aware of is that memes are more than simply cute, funny things that someone cooked up in their basement, unless it's me, in which case I literally did cook it up in my basement. This is a basement. It's a walk-in basement, so it's not below ground or anything. But some of these people working in their basement are highly paid professionals and know exactly what they're doing and exactly what they're trying to spread. So be alert to that. Next week, our topic is Chapter 13, getting a job with networking without a network. Which, by the way, if this is of interest to you, I highly recommend go to the website jobseek.guywhoknowsaguy.com. This one right here, jobseek.guywhoknowsaguy.com. There is an email list you can sign up for that gives you a free resource that goes into depth on this Chapter 13 that I'm going to read next week. It actually includes Chapter 13, as well as kind of a how-to step-by-step. And there is a Network to a Job in 21 Days program. The next one is starting the first Monday of December. I think that's the 7th. I'm not sure because I haven't moved my calendar over with me, so I don't even know what today's. What's today? Oh, today's November 9th. Look at that. It's on my computer. But the future, I have no idea what the dates are. But the first Monday in November, December, whatever that is the next accountability program. Basically, it takes the same program that I give you for free, the DIY version, and gives you bi-weekly accountability. So twice a week, you can get on a Zoom call with all your fellow students and me, keeping you focused and on task. And then every day you get a motivational message in your email, keeping you focused and on task. Because if you can stay focused and on task, networking will get you a job. It's a matter of putting all that force into it. Yeah, actually, I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't see it. It's over there. But I have placed a desk. You can kind of see it back there behind the stapler. There's a desk over there. So should my daughter need to be home for homeschooling and I'm watching her, then we're probably going to move the desk somewhere else. But she can be somewhere in this office space working on her stuff. I'll be working on my stuff. And it'll be like co-working, kind of. Be like co-working if you had a whiny coworker who always needed help and couldn't read very well and had trouble with a computer. Yeah, it's like co-working. If you have that coworker who doesn't know how to use their computer or set things up and is always like, wait, why is this thing on my screen? I can't get on could you help me with the internet? My printer's not working. Could you help me connect with that? It's kind of like that, except that often the problem is that you can't actually read the instructions on the screen. But same idea. So if anyone has any questions, I'd be happy to answer them. But it looks like we're getting more and more people. StreamYard is a wonderful thing. If you go to, by the way, if you're interested in StreamYard, you may notice I'm doing nifty things like putting URLs in the bottom of the screen and that kind of thing. And I'm broadcasting to multiple places at the same time. This is because I'm using StreamYard. StreamYard is a very powerful tool, which if you go to, here it is, guywhoknowsaguy.com/resources, you can get a link to StreamYard, which I think gives you a little bonus, and gives me a little bonus too, so it helps me out. So guywhoknowsaguy.com/resources. Let me put that on create a banner for that. Yeah. Copy it from over here, and you can see it. And if I'd been smarter, I would have made sure to get the SAS site up before I got on here. SAS stands for Skills Plus Accountability Equals Success. SAS, because it's SAS coaching, which is actually SASSY, right? SAS is SAS plus C, SASSY. Ha! Get it? SASSY? Yeah. Hey, if Elon Musk can name his car sexy, I can call my program sassy. But sales plus accountability equals success, because most people have all the skills they need to run their business. They don't have the execution, because you can learn everything you need to go from YouTube and all these free resources and whatnot. What you need is someone to actually hold your hand and make sure you're doing it. So that is what the program is, a group coaching program where you get to get on a group coaching call once a week, and plus some additional skills benefits and those kinds of things. But it's a really powerful program. It's only $250 a month, which is like $60 something a week. And it gives you that account. Think about all the different things you've learned, watching videos, reading the free PDFs, going to webinars, reading books and everything. If you could just execute one of those things by having a bit of accountability and some accountability partners help you get there, I think you'd make way more than $250 a month. So definitely check that out. Go to guyknowsaguy.com like tomorrow or the next day. I'm going to have a big banner at the top or something that links over to it. So because I've been slow in getting that set up. It's going to be sas.guyknowsaguy.com. I just haven't set it up yet, but that should be set up shortly. So keep an eye out. In fact, I'll probably do it as soon as I get off here. Yeah, I will. sas.guyknowsaguy.com. Watch for it. So that's what I got. Not seeing any questions except for Kendra making fun of my bad jokes. I'm a dad now. I can make dad jokes. It's okay. All right. Thanks all for watching. See you all next week, and we'll talk about how to get a job with networking. Have a good night.